what about, boys, the Champions League, the first leg win against PSG? Then of course we lost the second leg, ended up getting knocked out on penalties. Tony, what did you make of the overall performance from that PSG game? I guess first leg we were bad and won. Second leg much better and lost.
Yeah, well, one of my great joys watching Liverpool in Europe over the years is to see them go away, get results when they didn't deserve it. I love that, especially late goals. And you
bit of housery.
Yeah, then you come back to Anfield and it was very, very disappointing. Now PSG are a very good side and will go a long way. So I don't think there's any shame getting knocked out by them. But particularly in the second half when they got on top, you think, there are opportunities here, and the way it fizzled out in extra time was really, really disappointing. And yeah, I mean, in some ways, people are complaining that we finished top of the group. Group.
The league table, isn't it? The longest league table of all time.
But had we beaten PSV,
or even got a draw.
Yeah, even got a draw, then that would have changed the whole dynamic. We wouldn't have got PSV. Confusing.
Too many PSs.
Yeah. But and we probably would have had an easier route through. However, I've got to say, when I saw the team that Slot picked against PSV, I was quite happy with it. And I suppose these things happen. It would be nice to have a big final in May to go to. But on the other hand, we're going to win the league, aren't we? And we're probably going to win it in April. Yeah. And if we can take May off, I'm happy.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it? But I mean, social media are trying to spin this narrative now, and people are going to do this in the next couple of months. This is going to be a bad season for Liverpool because quadruple was on 6 weeks ago, and it's now going to be just one. Something that Liverpool fans definitely won't do, but for the bigger football world shouldn't forget. This is Arne Slot's first season in charge of Liverpool Football Club. He's had to take over from one of our very best managers in the modern era, Jurgen Klopp. Winning the Premier League and winning the Premier League by such a big distance is still an unbelievable season.
Oh, no, without a shadow of a doubt. Anyone to say anything different will be lying or hating on Liverpool. I think a manager to come in after Klopp was a big shoes to fill in itself. And I think if you ask anyone, we're going to get Arne Slot. Personally, I didn't really know anything about him. No. So that in itself is a little bit of a gamble and a worry. And I think anyone was probably thinking, look at all pundits, they'll say that we'll probably struggle to get top four, or best top four is the best that Liverpool can really ask for now. So then when he comes in and then on the back of that, he's made no signings. It's not like he's brought in 3 or 4, 5 top, world-class players. He's literally using Klopp's old team and just tweaked it here and there. So to be at the top of the league right now with 12 points clear is a fantastic season. Yes, right now it might have took a little bit of shine off where we was 2 weeks ago, Champions League and then the cup final. But once that's dusted, once we get back into the league, I'm going to be thrilled to bits when comes May and we'll see Virgil lifting the trophy.
Yeah. I mean, what is really remarkable, you speak to managers who've come into the game from, sort of from abroad, and almost to man, they say to you, the first year is difficult adjusting, the physicality, the pressure, the relentless nature of it. You look at Pep's first season.
They were all over the place.
And Jurgen says it as well. You go back to Rafa. Rafa talks about his first season. Well, obviously ended up with the Champions League, but it's all. The adjustment is really, really
That's why he signed Jermaine then. A little bit of quality, a little bit of proven Premier League experience, right?
He knew what he was doing, old Benitez.
Yeah. But everyone says it's really hard to adjust to this league. And he's come in and he's taken a squad. A squad really that had... I was talking to someone around the club and the players were talking between themselves, and they were saying, if we could have Jurgen back, would we take him? And they were like, no.
Well, now they wouldn't take him back.
That's how good Slot's been. They wouldn't have Jurgen Klopp back.
Yeah. What do you think? Why do you think, Tony, from him coming in and being 12 points clear in late March, why do you think he's managed to do such a good job in such a short space of time with, as Jermaine says, pretty much the same players?
Well, I think he's he's a much more structured coach in terms of he's been very hands-on on the training ground, whereas Klopp was less so.
Was Pep Lijnders more of the coach on the training pitch?
Very much so. And the thing is, Klopp teams thrive on chaos.
Yeah, we've been hard to beat. If you look over the season, we've been hard to beat. I've not gone in games where thinking, we're going to lose this. And I think that's what's changed. I think he's more, like Tony said, structured, or more calm, or more, rather than, 100 miles an hour, chaotic, you go, we defend, let's see you. That was kind of Klopp's motto. When someone's attacking us, we're just going to go up front and let's see if we can score a goal. We're now more structured, more defensively solid, and we look like we're hard to be scored against and beat. Obviously, we lost yesterday, but that's what I've seen more in Slot's play. It's more not counter-attacking, but it's more through the midfield rather than just get it up there and attack. It's more built through the midfield.
Well, he's changed the point of attack, and Klopp was trying to do that because he realised that the first great Klopp side was the wing-backs getting forwards, and he realised that everyone was adapting to it and was stopping Trent playing, was sort of stopping Andy Robertson, and one of the reasons he brought in Thiago, and it didn't work, is to change the point of attack through the midfield. Now, essentially, Slot has redesigned the team so we play through the middle, which, funnily enough, has made Trent, if you want to look at it that way, surplus to requirements, because a right back is what they need rather than someone like Trent. I actually think in an ideal world you keep Trent and move him into the midfield, but he's no longer the creative hub of the team, the full backs, and Slot's done that. And the other thing I love about, I don't know what you think about it, Jermaine, but I love it when Slot teams go 2-0 up early on the second half and they declare.
Happy to sit back and soak up.
Let's just kill the game.
Yeah. Like I said with Klopp, you see like there's always a chance. He always gives the opposition a chance. Listen, I love Klopp and absolute Liverpool legend, but I think with Slot is a little bit more calculated, calm.
Do you have any criticism towards the manager? And we're picking here towards the manager in terms of over the last couple of weeks, in terms of the form dipping a little bit. Is there anything that is on? The only thing I would have thought of is just, again, I mentioned it at the top of the show. I maybe thought in hindsight, could he to have kept the squad a little bit fresher?
Listen,
maybe do you think in terms of rotating and just keeping everybody fresh? Like, again, I know the Premier League is a priority, but I thought the home game against Southampton, in between the two PSG games, I maybe just thought, given the quality of opposition we were playing, and everyone's beating Southampton, aren't they? Maybe was that a game we could have made a couple of more changes with the PSG game in mind, just to keep everybody fresh. I'm not sure. What do you boys think?
I think you could, like I said, in hindsight, it's a great thing. But I think you could have maybe gone a little bit not riskier, but freshen the players up and let their big boys sit out, and if need, bring them on. And that's what we should have done in the FA Cup. Took a proper squad, but let the fringe players play. And then when things weren't going wrong for the last half an hour, bring on your Salahs, bring on your big boys. But listen, when I've been playing, if you haven't got a strong depth in the team, you haven't got a lot of players that you can change the team. Come last 10 games, you feel it.
Yes,
I can remember when I was playing, I was like, right, what are we in now? How many games left? Oh my God, I can't wait until May. I can't wait just to have, 6 weeks, 5 weeks off, because my body, you play a game, it's an intensive game, like I'm saying that for the PSG one, you're feeling knocks and the effects of that game 2 days after. The next day you're like,
and you got paid 2 days after.
Then the day after that you're like, oh my body is in bits. Yeah, people think, but you've got this facilities. It doesn't matter what you've got. It's your body is feeling after 30 games, your body has gone through it and you feel it massively. So I understand and I can see why the team is probably flagging a little bit and not looking as sharp as what they are, because it's grueling. It's grueling the amount of games you have to play.
Yeah, and I don't think that most people understand how physically demanding that actually playing the game at the highest level is. I mean, even back, I once said to Kenny Daly, she said, "So how often were you fully fit?" He said, "One pre-season in the early 80s." You know, I mean,
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. You're always playing with something.
Yeah.
You're never 100%. You're probably 90, 95, but there's always, after a game, there's always something going on. If I play a game now, like in a charity game, and it's half, I would say quarter the tempo that these guys play at, I feel like I can't walk.
Yeah.
I'm struggling. I feel aches and pains everywhere, and I'm getting on a bit, but it is grueling, and people don't understand how much of your body takes a battering.
In terms of the Champions League game, we know Liverpool have got a rich history in the Champions League, but you almost felt like this season the league's always been the priority to get another league title under the belt. That was always the priority for Arne Slot. And is that the feeling, do you think, up in Merseyside? Sure, you want both, ideally.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, we're greedy.
Yeah, and I was going to say, we wanted 4, didn't we, up until a couple of weeks ago.
But the league really is the important thing. I mean, particularly considering the long wait, the 30-year wait, and then winning it, COVID, and the fact that there's no celebrations, it's one of them. And I know there's like this desire to put an asterisk on everything, these days. The COVID needs an asterisk. Everyone forgets.
The celebration police are out, aren't they?
That the league was won before COVID's hit.
One of the most dominating Premier League seasons of all time.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
And they want people are saying now, it's the standards dropped. The standards dropped. Manchester City's standards dropped. But the other teams aren't good enough. That's why Liverpool are winning the league. So I think it's really important to win the title. And I don't think anyone expects it. I don't think anyone at the club expected it. They thought this was going to be a transitional year. And what Slot's done is absolutely remarkable in the circumstances. And I tell you what, we should, despite losing a cup final yesterday, we should be taking our hats off to Slot and
100%.
Saying what a year.
It's been an amazing year, and I'm thrilled. Listen, we're going to win the league, and I'm happy about not hearing Manchester United sing 20 times 20 times. We've not.
This is the big one, isn't it?
Yeah. So this now, puts them to bed, puts that to bed.
And I've got a feeling that I think I know which team's going to get to 21 before the other team, right?
Exactly.
Well, how about this scenario? Like Manchester City's 115 charges, sort of come through, and they take the titles away from them, and all of a sudden we're on 22.
Yeah.
23.
Yeah.
No, they won't.
That won't happen. Yeah, and that'd be strange, wouldn't it? We're getting a title like that.
Take it.
Was Klopp at Wembley yesterday, by the way? I never saw him on any pictures, because I really hope one thing. I hope Jurgen Klopp is at Anfield for the final home game of the season, because I don't think he's been back to Anfield yet. And I really hope he's there for that final home game of the season. And it's not that it's about him, but he deserves to be there.
If I know Jurgen, he'll be on the Kop.
He'll be on the Kop, yeah. Him and Carragher and Tony Evans on the Kop in that final home game. There we go.
Singing "You Never Walk Alone."
There we go. Exactly.